Morning boys and girls, welcome to today, and I'm back, weirdly. Now, God only knows what's about to happen because the car's just stopped outside. Oh no, that's... Oh right, yeah, we have a stray. Well, it's not really a stray, it's a puss that waddles round the estate, and it has various restaurants on its route, this house being one of them. It's about 15, 16 years old. It can only eat pate style cat food, so I buy some specifically for it because our cats don't like it, and our cats also don't like the little black puddles. I think Nancy's its name. It's just a friendly little cat, waddles around. It's the estate cat, but it does have a house, and it's a very, very long story, but I'll condense it for you very quickly. Basically, guy who lives opposite me, the cat always comes round to his house. Well, it's his parents' house, but whatever. And the house it comes from, the woman that owns the cat has always had a soft spot for him. And after a while, they seem to have got together. So now he lives with her, but the cat still waddles around aimlessly. So it's a long story, but it's kind of a fun one, but whatever. Anyway, why am I doing this upload? I'm going to see if I can do relatively regular uploads. Now, I've got an idea, because I've got a metric sod ton of road footage I've never used. Some of it I have used, some of it whatever, but there's a lot that I've never used. And so what I'm thinking about doing is doing random uploads, you know, chatting the usual bollocks that I usually speak, you know, and putting road footage in and me in a little corner box. Obviously I can't drive and do this anymore. I'm full-time employed, not allowed to out of this particular company, but then I think there's going to be a lot of hauliers that start going that way, even the small family-run firms, just because of the various changes in legislation these days. You know, the distracted driving stuff. And let's be honest, if you're trundling down a road on camera, chatting to camera, can it be proven that you're distracted? Gonna go with yes on that one. Yeah, but it's going to show you actually driving properly. But are you talking about driving properly? Yeah? Are you talking about what's going on? And if you're involved in a whoopsie-daisy, where somebody is injured or killed, and you happen to have been on hands-free at the time, because it can be proven you were on hands-free, you're getting done for it. You are. Yes, you are. You don't have to believe me, but that's what will happen. And so, you know, a lot of hauliers are going to start looking at this now. As time goes on, more legislation's brought in. You mark my words. There'll be a lot of people who used to do it who will suddenly find themselves coming a crop with their new bosses or their employers. But time will tell. Time will tell. There's loads of ways that you can do it. Like I said, you can record footage, and then when you get to your destinations, you can wax lyrical. I used to do that. And there's various other things you can do, like if you're doing little bits of manoeuvre videos. You're on private land anyway. There's loads of potential that you can do, but some companies, company I work for, won't allow that, you know, because they can't control what's being said. So, yeah, so all you're going to get stuck with now is stuff like this. But I have a plan, as I've said, not just about the footage, and I might actually be trying it in this video. I don't know. I mean, depends, because I don't have too long to edit today, unfortunately, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, the longer term plan to hopefully get me doing more uploads is very simple. Now, I'm a relatively fat bastard, squishy, right? So, what I'm thinking about doing is, I'm not a gym person, okay? I never have been, okay? It doesn't, I don't know, I would find absolutely no fun or enjoyment in it at all. Okay, I've tried gyms before. I tried it where I worked with some people I worked with, and in private, whatever. I just find no fun in it. It's just, it's an abysmal place to be. Surrounded by the smell of farts and BO. Oh yeah, that's fun. And of course you've always got the muscle-bound ones in one corner who pump stupid amounts of weight and make you feel like a little kiddie. And it's just one of those, I don't get on with it. But then if I don't get on with it, how many other people don't get on with it? Probably quite a few. And you can all dance stupid in your living room when no one's watching, and you can all do a little bit of free weights, as you might be able to see down either side of this chair. And you can go for walks and stuff like that, but you tend to, if you're doing it on your own, you tend to kind of, I won't bother today. The game's on, I won't bother. Oh no, I've got to go and do that thing for the auntie's third cousin sister's dog. That kind of stuff. You always find a way around it, don't you? Well, that's me. And I'm guessing it's a number of you. Because, I have a few dedicated viewers. You've been chasing them. Where you got? Are you still driving? When's your next upload? What are you going to do? What are you going to speak about? Yeah? You stonky bastards. I jest. And I'm thinking, well, people who become fans of other people who, there's kind of a mutual personality, I suppose. I don't really know the right way of terming it, but we'll go with that, mutual personality, alright? So chances are, I don't know, if I like Dodge challenges, you'll like Dodge challenges. If I like salad cream on chips, for argument's sake, you might like salad cream on chips. I drive a truck, you like trucks. I chat a load of old bullcrap about anything and everything. You like listening to somebody chat a load of old bullcrap about everything and anything. So there's that kind of thing. Or maybe you hold court yourself with some of your friends, or down the pub, or whatever. So maybe that transpires in keeping fit. Now I'm not going to do workout videos. 2 reasons. First of all, I'm not going to be working out in that kind of a way, if that makes sense. And second of all, if ever I'm using a static bike or doing weights, generally I'm not usually wearing any clothes, and I'm not doing an OnlyFans, alright? I'd scare you. Trust me. I've only got one leg. What do you think I'm standing on, ladies? Now, God, that's an old joke. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a relatively regular upload. Now, I was thinking about doing one a week. However, I have discovered a little slight flaw in my plan. I do a 5 on, 3 off shift pattern, which effectively makes my weeks 8 days long, if that makes sense. So I couldn't do one every Friday. It might be Friday one week, Saturday the next, Sunday the next, right, and so on and so forth. And again, my shift is 5 on 3 off, but shift is a very odd shift, but every so often we have 3 days off at the same time. So we go off and do various bits and bobs. So there's going to be those issues as well. And it's kind of the thing that I'm getting used to, because obviously I bought a house up here in the Midlands, if you didn't know. And we've put a new fireplace in, if you haven't noticed. And dirty great big mirror. And they're 2 separate items before anybody goes, is that one thing? No, it's not. It's 2 separate items. The mirror, I don't know how old it is, but that was 45 quid. Anyway, I digress. And I'm getting into a new kind of routine these days. It's obviously Bert's got her job. She works for the same company I do, but in a different depot. And she's got her job and her rota and routine, and I've got my rota, whatever. And we're trying to get into a habit of going out places, doing things, becoming more physically active on our days off. I know, the irony of me sitting here having a drink, whatever, I'm physically active. And I was thinking about, well, I don't go down the gym and I don't work out because, whatever, it's just done a boring. But there's a lot of other people that feel that way, and you don't have any money. And with rising living costs, let's be honest, I mean, if I use the same amount of gas, just gas, okay, in December, that I used last December, which was 80, about 89, 90 quid I think it came to last December. It's going to be about 512 quid this December. So yeah, we've all got rising living costs that we're going to have to deal with. And we don't have money to splurge at the gym or get a personal trainer or buy one of those, training program things that you can find, all that bollocks you can find online. But what happens if you just do a bit of free weights? Go for a bit of a walk. I mean, myself and Bert went to Lime Park House, whatever the hell it's called, a couple of days ago. And we walked around the grounds. We went for a bit of a walk around the countryside because there's a few public footpaths and stuff, National Trust, all that kind of stuff. And by the time we'd actually finished, Lisa's got one of these. Well, Lisa, you know her name. She's got one of these step counter things. What is it? Pedometer? Whatever. And it came out that we'd done, or she'd done, and I'd obviously followed her, so probably the same amount. 14,500 steps, 14,500 steps, which is, doing quite well. And of course, if you're members of National Trust or Heritage England, you get in for free. You've already paid it. It's a year's membership, yada, yada, yada. Some of you won't be, I understand. But you can go for a walk around your local estate. You can go for a waddle all over the place. You don't have to run, just have a walk. There's a 5-mile route that I do around here. And I'll probably take the camera with me and record some bollocks in due course. And of course I'm 20-30 minutes from the Peak District anyway, so you've got that as well. So I'm going to do various uploads in various different ways, but I thought I'll keep a track of where I am, how heavy I am. At this precise point in time, my last, measurement on the old scales, I am a gnat's tit away from 18 stone. So we'll call it 18 stone. That's 250 pounds. Okay? Don't ask me to do the kilograms, I don't care. You've got Google, you're watching me on YouTube, just bloody Google it, alright? If that's what you want to know. And so what I'll do is I'll do a stone and a pound, okay? So 18 stone, 250 pounds, in my upload to let you know how I'm getting on and basically what I've done. Because obviously I lead a very sedentary lifestyle. I'm a truck driver. I might help offload here and there, but it's not really, exercising specifically. And you can eat really crap on the road as well. So I'll be going for walks. Yeah, I might be doing a little bit of a static bike I've got upstairs. And let's be honest, virtually everybody watching me, there is a static bike somewhere in your household. If there isn't, Facebook is filled with them. Some of them even say free if you can collect. So they don't cost much, if anything. And chances are there's one in your loft, one in your garage, something, whatever. Dust it off, use that. And I thought it could be a bit of fun. See if you can beat fat old me. Should be easy. I eat horrifically. I really don't manage what I eat. Well, I just thought if I can do it, me, I'm not a personal trainer, I don't go down the gym, I don't run, I really am just a big blob of lazy, fat, hairy truck driver. If I can do it, with a walk here, a walk there, bit of static bike, bit of free weights, well, you can. Now think about it. The free weights either side of me, that's down on the... hold on a minute. Where's it gone? Here we go. This old thing, right? Bit of free weights here. These little dumbbells, you can pick those up, brand spanking new, for very little money. You don't have to, weightlifting to become the next Arnold Schwarzenegger or the next world's strongest bloody man. You know, it's just engage your muscles, use your muscles. You're not necessarily building them. Yes, you should go to fatigue if that's what you want to do, but as long as you get your heart rate up, you sweat a little bit, and you push yourself until, you know, let's say for example this weight here, it's a small weight, it's not a massive amount, it might look large, but they're not, trust me. I can go and go and go and go whilst I'm watching the baseball game, because I like baseball, I've got MLB TV, so I watch quite a few games. And I can keep going and keep going and keep going until eventually I literally cannot physically lift the bloody thing anymore. And yes, I could put on a lot of weight and I could reach that fatigue a lot earlier. But I don't want to bulk up. You know, I'm not interested in trying to bulk up. I'm not working every single muscle fibre I've got in my body. So if I did try to bulk up, I'd look really fucking weird. Because some of my muscles would be huge and others would be like, you have not been doing yada 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 day, or whatever bollocks it's called. So again, and you can pick these things up off Facebook for 10 quid, 20 quid, free to a good home. Hell, when you're walking down the street looking someone's bloody skip, you'll probably find a set of these. You know, they're cheap as anything. You may even have a set in your loft, in your garage, wherever. So I'm trying to think of things that we've all got or could get access to for virtually no money. And I'm just going to use those. So a cheap static bike. You could, like I said, find them on Facebook Marketplace, find them on eBay, they're 10 a penny. Right, people chucking them out. Right? I'm not talking about getting a rowing machine or a cross trainer or any of that crap. Just things that people have. That maybe your parents have, or your grandparents have and haven't used in 20-something years. Yeah? Free weights. They're not professional. They're just cheap old pieces of tat. Just to engage your muscles. Just to give you something to do when you're sitting there watching the TV. For example, a static bike. When you're sitting there watching the TV, why can't you be sitting on a static bike until you're knackered? That's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah? I'm not talking about dropping and giving 50. Yeah? I'm just talking about doing things around what you usually do. So if you're going to sit down in the evening, watch 2 hours of TV, why don't you have a static bike down there? Sit on that for half hour. Give it some pedaling. You don't have to change up and down through all the resistance settings. Just put it on a resistance and just go. Half hour, get your heart rate up. Done. Yeah? Did it cost you anything? No. Yeah? A few free weights that you got lying around. Hell, use bleeding bags of sugar. Don't care. You know, free weights. Yeah? Again, watching TV. Half hour, 45 minutes. Well, go for one around the estate. Okay, in my case, yes, I've got the peaks there, and an hour and a half up the way I've got Cumbria and all this kind of stuff. So, and of course I've got Wales. I don't go to Wales. It's really weird. I've got nothing against Wales. I just never go. I'll have to start going, because my car, my Jag, the number plate starts with CV, and that's registered over in Wales. And I actually know through obviously the service book and everything where it was bought from. So one of the things I'm thinking of doing is doing a journey back to where that car originally came from, and just having a look around. Maybe do something for wear and bearings. And that's the other thing, I've been thinking about wear and bearings, but obviously with everything spiralling out of bloody control recently, there's no real money to do anything. Now, I'm working with things in the background, trying to organise certain things. Somebody you've seen on this channel, Stuart, he had the Porsche 944, the white one. Well, he's recently bought an imported 944 from America. It turns out it was in a dry state all its life. So, it's not been used for God knows how many bleeding years. He's doing that up. Now, of course, he lives down south, Hemel Hempstead, that area. I live up here, Stoke-on-Trent. It was a bit of a distance. But he's going to take photos, do some basic videos, and we'll meet up and do some odds and sods, and I'll work on that for wearing bearings. The 4x4, the Tarik has been sold to my neighbour John, who basically did that for me, pretty much. I can't take credit for that, and I'm not going to. John's one of those neighbours. I digress. I always do that. This is my video. I'm allowed to. I don't care. But yeah, there's a 99% chance I don't care. Now, John is one of those neighbours that you dream of having. Okay, he has done in his lifetime. He has done bloody every conceivable useful job you can think of. Sparky, plumber, carpet fitter, obviously a farmer like myself, a truck driver. God, it goes on, carpentry. It goes on and on and on. This list, it's just never bloody ending. And he currently manages a caravan club thing, so he's always away doing that at the moment. Anyway, he's one of those people. We've got to know each other, and there's three of us: myself, John, and Paul, and we all work on each other's vehicles, odds and sods that we're doing, whatever. But John will find out what's your next job in your house? Oh, we'll go, we'll do that, we'll do this, we'll do the other stuff. But he's one of those people that will come round, and because obviously he's got experience, work experience, job experience, professional experience in this kind of stuff, he ends up just doing it. And you're passing him tools. Whether it's putting new electrics in the house, installing stuff like that, doing electrics outside, plumbing, water, whatever. Yeah? He'll just come around, right, what are we doing next? Right, okay, and we'll just crack on with it. It's brilliant. He's absolutely, he's priceless. Absolutely priceless. And so I basically gave him the Tarik of about 500 quid. Unfortunately, it seems to keep overheating on him when he's towing his caravan. And Tarikans are actually pretty good at towing. And he's got the transmission cooler and everything like that is usually the issue. But I do know that, well, the radiator always used to leak on it, and I did tell him. So he's doing the cooling system now, but he's away. And it keeps going into limbo. God only knows why. But anyway, he's got the Tarikan, and I basically just said, well, look, part exit. He wants a Range Rover. So I said, look, part exit, it's about £2,000 worth of Tarikan. I gave him 500 quid. He'll easily get over £1,000 part X for the damn thing. You know, he's not going to lose money. Part exit, get yourself the Range Rover that you want. Whatever, it's up to him. But no, he's got that at the moment. So I've only got a 2-car household, which is annoying. The Focus, I don't know if I've told you this. I can't remember the last time I uploaded or what I spoke about, because, you know, alcohol. The Focus, basically the back wheel fell off. Well, the entire hub assembly collapsed, and that's tit away from falling off. So we got rid of that, and we've got a Kia Ceed. That Estate 1.6 diesel. It's not perfect. It's got some work it needs doing to it. It does seem to have the common issue of an immobiliser fault, I would guess, unless it's the ignition barrel, where you get in, put the key in, only when it gets to halfway on the fuel gauge. You get in, put the key in, turn it on, nothing. All the lights come on and everything, but nothing. Not a click, nothing. Turn it off, do it again, sometimes it'll start, sometimes you just turn it off, take the key out, put the key back in, turn it on, and woof, off it goes. It just starts up perfectly. It always starts, it always runs, there's no untoward noises out of it, it's a pretty decent motor. So I'll be looking at that. I need to get another motor, a third one, because I don't like relying on one car. I never have done, I never will do. So I am looking around at the moment, but again, with rising costs, and again, with wearing bearings, like I said, there's things I want to get done. One of the things I want to do is build a workshop in the back garden. I know I've mentioned that before, but again, it's every time I seem to make a step forward, and it's the same for everybody, I know, we're all going through it, something happens, and you just have to wait. And now we've got all these rising prices, it's like, I just give up. Just work, sleep, and survive. That's what we're all doing at the moment, we're just surviving. Something's going to snap, I know it is. I'll put that down. But yeah, because when I first moved in, I was thinking, right, okay, when lockdown's over, I'll start going to car shows and stuff. There's a few local pubs and, what do you call them? Like showgrounds and things like that, where there are car meets and car bits and bobs like that. Or vehicles in general, tractors, trucks, cars, whatever. And I was thinking about going to those, but of course we've just been through lockdown. And so when there'd be a car gathering of, say, I don't know, 200, 300 people, all of a sudden it's like 1,000 people are turning up. And it's like, that's just going to be noise. I'll leave that to the people who are established. And then, of course, now we've got all this, what it costs. So it just seems to be one of those things that, look, just leave it alone for now. I just, nah. You know, and I'll do something like this, because at the end of the day, I'm 38 now. I really do need to start looking at my weight and my fitness levels, and I need to start working on that. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, and I'm going to, you know, I'm going to go out, go walking, whatever, might as well do stuff and let you guys know, and then you guys can kind of, if you want to carry on with, you want to, you know, go along, leave stuff in the comment section about what you're doing. You know, oh, I was 16 stone and I'd done some walking and stuff like that, and I got a ride bike like you suggested, and now I'm, you know, 15 and a half, or whatever, yeah? Just that kind of stuff. Like, it's something we can all do, that during high cost of living, during all of the crap that's going on, doesn't cost us anything, and gives us something else to focus on. Does that make sense? You know, I know some of you who watch this, you'll be avid runners. You'll be avid keep fit, whatever, you know, cyclists, whatever. Yeah, that's fine. You know, that's okay. This isn't aimed at you. This is aimed at people like me who aren't. Yes? Fat, useless, lazy bastard. What part of that don't you understand? Right? And so I thought it'd be a bit of fun. And then it can get me back into recording stuff again, because this really has gone by the wayside. I don't know whether you've noticed with the lack of uploads, but this really has gone by the wayside for me, because I've not really got anything to do. And so I'm going to give myself something to do. Like I said, sometimes it'll probably be whilst I'm out walking. I've got my little gyro thingy now, whatever keeps it stable, you know what I mean, God knows what, but whatever keeps it stable. And I'm sure I'll end up driving out somewhere and doing something from inside or outside of the car, around the car, looking at the landscape and all this kind of crap, and doing some walks like that, and just odds and sods like this. Things that, it kind of makes me do this. Does that make sense? And then I get back into the routine of doing that, and then as costs start to decrease, as things start to level out and start to return to normal, I'm back into the editing, I'm back into the recording, I'm back into organising all of this. I've got the drive. Now we can go and, car collection caper or whatever, or go and see Stuart, see how he's getting on, or organise something with Gary, or maybe see what Dan's up to. Because again, this is a 3-4 hour drive for me to get down to them. This is a big logistical undertaking. Because if I go and see them and do something, I've effectively got a 7 hour to 8 hour drive. And although I'm a professional driver and used to that, on my days off I like to kind of not do that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But no, this is what I'm planning on doing. Like I said, I'm effectively 18 stone at the moment. I'm going to keep a little note of things in my little purple book. Okay, the purple one. See, right? Don't know why I did that. There's no bloody need, is there? And I weighed myself on the 1st of September because I thought a nice round figure. So I'll enter that in now. So 0, 1, 0, 9, 20, 22 equals 18 stone or 250 pounds. There you go. Okay, first entry. You have witnessed me do it. Alright, there we go. A little purple book. This will be my weight book. And just see how I get on. From obviously my weeks are 8 days, and like I said, some weeks I'll be doing stuff with Bert. Next weekend, one of my mates, Gary, just got married 2 days ago. And there's a reception going on the 10th, so we'll be buggering off and doing stuff like that. And that's the 3 days myself and Bert have together, so don't expect anything next week. But I'll see if I can get into the routine of doing something relatively regular and put in some road footage that I've got lying around, just to give yourself something else to watch other than this static camera. And then, of course, if I go out walking and I take the camera with me, see stuff like that, look down the canals, look down the peaks, whatever. But anyway, thanks for watching, listening to this load of old bollocks. This is what I'm going to be trying to do with this channel now. If you want to come along for the ride, like I said, you can feel free to leave your bits and bobs in the comment section below. This is what I was, this is what I am now, I've been for a walk here, I've done that, blah, 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 whatever. If you don't want to leave comments, it doesn't really bloody matter. Yeah, just whatever. This is what I'm going to do for a while. Get myself back into doing vlogs, uploads, stuff like that, and then see where I go from there. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. I'll see you in the next one. See you later.